Hello everybody. I have a very quick one this week. We're going to be discussing when we must manually downgrade an FHA loan from accept to refer. What is a manual downgrade? Manual downgrade is when there's characteristics of the loan file which the underwriter has to manually downgrade the approved eligible or accept file to refer and underwrite it. So let's discuss when FHA tells us we must downgrade. File must be downgraded if the file contains information or documentation that cannot be entered into evaluating the total mortgage scorecard. This is more times than not the underwriter's call on what determines a big enough risk for the total scorecard not picking up an item. One example, an underwriter will downgrade if we find an undisclosed collection item. There's many more examples of this, but for time's sake, let's just stick with this one. Another item that we must downgrade is the borrower has more than $1,000 in disputed accounts on their credit. We will touch base with this at the end of the video as there's some confusion around the disputed accounts. Another one is the case number date is assigned within 3 years of the date of transfer of title through a pre-closure, a short sale, or a deed of lieu. A very big one that I've seen a lot of people miss is the mortgage payment history for any mortgage trade line reported on the credit report used to score the application requires a downgrade as defined in Handbook 4000.1. You might ask, what does this mean? Well, this simply means that we must downgrade to a refer and manually underwrite if any mortgage trade lines, including mortgage line of credit, during the most 12 months reflect 3 or more late payments of greater than 30 days, or 1 or more late payments of 60 days, plus 1 or more 30-day late payments, or 1 payment greater than 90 days late. Be very careful with this one, guys, as I've seen a lot of mortgage professionals miss this. Another one is the borrower has any undisclosed mortgage debt not reported on the credit, and business income year over year shows 20% decline. I've also seen mortgage professionals miss downgrading a file with a 20% decline year over year in business income. So be careful on this one as well. Let's circle back on disputed accounts, as I feel that this is very important. There's some confusion that I've seen in my experience on when to downgrade a disputed account, and there are some exceptions on when you do not have to downgrade a disputed account. Let's talk about the exceptions on when we do not have to downgrade a disputed account, as this is where the confusion is around. We do not have to downgrade anything that is caused by identity theft and fraud, but you must have documentation of the police report and documentation of the credit from the credit agency. We do not need to downgrade any medical collections. In a community property state, if the non-purchasing spouse has disputed items, we do not need to downgrade. Remember, we never evaluate the MPS's credit. We only use it for debt. Non-derogatory disputed accounts, we don't need to worry about those. Let's get into the big one that I see a lot of confusion around. Disputed accounts aged with greater than 24 months. Be very careful on this one, guys. I've seen some of my counterparts not fully understand this part of the guideline. If you have a collection account or a charge-off that is greater than 24 months, it is still considered a manual downgrade. But an example of what this guideline refers to when you don't have to downgrade is when you have an installment debt or a revolving debt that has a missed payment greater than 24 months, but right now it's reporting current and it's disputed, then you do not have to manually downgrade the file. Be very careful on this, guys, and if you need to rewatch this part, I recommend you do so. I have seen many mortgage professionals miss this part. That's all she wrote for this week, guys. As always, if you have any questions, please email me. Also, please like, subscribe, and share my content if you feel this will help someone out there. And I will see you guys next time.